dame la mandanga y déjame de té. Dame chocolate que me ponga bien. Dame de la negra que hace buen olor. Que con la María vaya colocón.
Lo lleváis. Este es el próximo. Kevin Durant. Zapatillas. Y ya, ¿cómo está aquí la peña? Ahora le vamos a dar al pelo. Son nuestros ya. Contra los Thunder.
Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlow. Next to me in the booth are Steve Kerr and Clark Mello. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. One of the guys we'll be watching out for today, Kevin Durant.
I think what I like about Durant, guys, is his ability to create his own shot. He's got those long arms. He's about 6'10". He can create space off the dribble, and then he shoots that ball with a high release. So there's literally nothing you can do. Just try to challenge the shot and hope he misses.
Well, he'll give you a 30-piece bucket, a 40-piece bucket, and at the end of the...
There's 1:26 left here in the first quarter. Now the dish to Westbrook. The feed to the beat. Left side Durant. Kicks to Cephalosha. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for two.
And Thabo Cephalosha, guys, you know he's from Switzerland. Last season enjoyed the best shooting of his career. He set career best in field goal percentage and three-point percentage. 48% and 43% respectively.
And Clark, you mentioned Cephalosha, known as a lone defender, but it's encouraging, Steve, to see him shooting so well.
Yeah, and he's become more aggressive offensively, too. He really is a three-point shooter, kind of a spot-up guy. But, you know, at times last year, we'd see him go down on the block and post up smaller guards.
Got a piece of it. Cephalosha with the steal. With the lead pass. Tries to save it. It's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. And let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see the teams that blocked the most shots in the NBA last year. Number 1, the Thunder.
You know, Kevin, it's going to be really hard to duplicate the level of success they had in the block shots category last season. I know they'll give it their best effort, but it's hard to imagine that they could do much better than last season. Risky pass there. They're lucky to retain possession this time.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Gomes passes to Cephalosha. Stolen by Buddingham. Bekovic with a screen on Jackson. Pass to Berea. Launches it. No luck. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. This is their first chance to take a look at the Timberwolves this season.
Well, there was a lot separating these two teams in the standings a year ago, but they played each other to a draw. They split the season series.
And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. For the Thunder, Durant comes in for Ryan Gomes. And Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Thabo Cephalosha. Perkins dishes to Ibaka. 6 on the shot clock. And stolen by Bekovic. Now it gets to Berea. 1:12 left now here in the second. Bekovic with a screen on Westbrook. Passes to Mr. Moves. Back to Rubio. There's a good screen. Into Bekovic. And stolen by Perkins. And here they come. Taking a look at the Thunder. Backcourt tandem, Westbrook and Jeremy Lamb. Ryan Gomes is out there at Perkins. And it's Cephalosha in at the 3, the small forward. Just goes to show you the varying styles of play and various strengths and weaknesses, Clark, of the teams. You can match up well with a particular team and not your conference overall.
I've always said that matchups are always what I look at as an analyst. There's something about these two teams, though, meeting. It always seems to end up being more exciting than it would be otherwise.
Serge Ibaka will check in for Oklahoma City. Durant comes in for Cephalosha. And that'll do it for the first.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. The weekend is finally upon us, and on it,
the Sprint halftime report presented by Sprint.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. They set the pick. Here's Mr. Moves. He's looking for love and finds it.
Qué bueno ahí.
And that
Qué
one's
bueno
good.
ahí.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
Yeah, that was your game, Clark. Pound it inside and take the ball right to the defense.
That's what I tried to do, man. I knew my limitations.
Big men, Love and Pekovic. Mr. Moves out there with J.J. Barea. And it's Muhammad in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Gets the bucket.
They've raised their field goal percentage just above 50% here. They actually look like a totally different team than what we saw in the first half. Much better execution offensively. Hey, it goes without saying that if you're beat up and your all-star power forward is on the shelf, you're going to have a tough time against the big teams in the West. Minnesota was left for the wolves, so to speak, when they matched up against others in their conference.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Kendrick
Vamos,
Perkins, he's
esa
checked in for
recuperación ahí.
and Jeremy Lamb subbed in for
Ahí la
Kevin
lleva.
Durant. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Están perdidos, están
Well,
más
gentlemen,
perdidos.
there has been a changeover in the front office for the Timberwolves, and it seems to be one that star Kevin Love is happy with. Previously, he publicly commented
Eso
on
no
lack
entra,
of
hombre.
support,
Oh,
a
qué
feeling that
cagada
his
fue
hand
esta.
injury had been questioned, and he questioned whether there was a clear plan for a team that had long been mired in a rebuild. But with the new leadership, some talented teammates, and a great coach, guys, the optimism is high in Minnesota.
It would be nice to see them turn it around. Thank you, Doris. They set the screen. 5 to shoot. Here's Muhammad.
Esa buena.
The Thunder pull it in. Well, picking up again on the Timberwolves. Last season, 17-35 record against the rest of the Western Conference, which was 3rd worst in the conference. As Steve, you might expect, that's got to improve.
And as you said, I mean, losing so much of their front court as they did last year to injury, it's amazing that they even won that many games. I mean, if you don't have big bodies down low, it's tough to win in the West.
Ahora que chorra tienen como un empate. En serio.
Here's Mr. Moves. There's 48 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. And stolen by Perkins.
Ahí va solo.
And here comes
Échale,
Jackson. Leading the fast break. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And once he took off, it looked like the defense just had no interest in getting in his way.
That's one where you just give up the 2 points and move on.
He dishes it to Barea.
Ese lo mete.
Drills
Ahí
the
lo tiene.
three-pointer. Barea's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Jackson kicks to Lamb. Makes the lead pass. Goal. Here's Perkins. No luck.
Yeah.
Nice D from Pekovic.
He still couldn't finish, even though it looked like he had a lane to the rim. But too often, that's the story for him.
Here's Barea.
Ya lo tiene, otro triple.
And again, Minnesota with the triple. Here's Lamb.
¿Dónde va?
Can't get it to
Va
go.
loco.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the 3rd quarter. It's been a good one. Minnesota on top.
Vamos que me lo como con
See the
churro.
show and make yourself heard. Come out and support your hometown Timberwolves.
La hostia, vaya
Mr.
fuerte.
Moves, a terrific.
Me gusta. Estamos otra vez en el banquillo.
And thanks for joining us again as the 4th quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Minnesota.
Their activity at the defensive end, Kevin, has been really impressive. Attacking and coming away with steals.
Yo salgo ahí. Buah, nos están superando.
Looking at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it was a win against Orlando.
Well, Kevin, they constructed a perfect offensive game plan going into that game, and it was quickly apparent how powerless the defense was to stop them.
Powerless is a good way to put it, Steve. We're unlikely to see that many uncontested baskets again anytime soon.
6 to shoot.
Oh.
That's a 2 from Martin. And that one hits back iron.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
Westbrook with it. And it's Martin picking him up. And the foul called on Mr. Moves. That is his first foul of the game. Jeremy Laren's checked in for Oklahoma City. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's Westbrook with the drive. Connects. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Love right side. It's in. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. Big time bucket there, Clark.
And Kevin, the crowd is loving it.
Well, they know exactly how big that shot was.
And an intentional foul right there.
Smart foul there. You got to try to extend the game.
Yeah, it's still close, but they're fighting that clock as much as the score right now.
And he hits both free throws in. So now it's a 5-point game.
And I'll tell you what, those 2 free throws give them some much-needed breathing room, guys. It's now a 2-possession game.
Left side, Love. Mr. Moves puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant. And now we've got the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game. Here's Mr. Moves. Williams passes to Mr. Moves. He kicks to Buttinger from outside the arc. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. They pull out this win.